Hello, spiritual flames, and welcome to your eclipse season tarot reading. Now, we have the Taurus full moon lunar eclipse on November 19th, and then we have the Sagittarius new moon solar eclipse on December 4th. Now, this is a time of major revelation. Things that were hidden are now exposed, and that's external as well as internal, okay? And a lot of what I said in your guys's 1111 portal reading is attached to these eclipses because they are hand in hand. So the from now till the end of the year, there is a period of deep awakening, deep revelations, and since this is about spiritual flames, this is about your connection to your spiritual flame, whether you have met them, you are currently in union, or you are in separation, or you feel totally confused as if, have you met your spiritual flame? Is that particular person the one? Or, was that just a soulmate or a karmic? And I've yet to meet that one, okay? This reading is for all of you. And I will also attach the 1111 portal reading I did in the description box below and at the end of this video for you to check out. All right, let's see. Let's get started. See what Spirit has to say about these eclipses for you guys. Okay, pleasure, divine goddess. So there is an activation happening to the sacral chakra in everybody, okay, with this divine goddess energy coming out and with pleasure attached to it. This is where you are becoming very aware of chemical reaction connection opposed to true soul-based connection. There's a difference, okay? The chemical reaction connection can feel very strong, very intense. And when you feel that way towards somebody, you assign them greater significance than maybe they should have in your life based upon who they are, because of how you feel about them. And this is where your mind is getting right, you're getting balanced, and you're going to be able to distinguish the difference in connection. But also, more than that, is those of you where you are in a challenging time with your spiritual flame, the connection, all of that, your tolerance is shifting. What was once acceptable, you're no longer accepting that. If you feel like you're always waiting around, it's all about the other person, you're not interested in that anymore. You're not going to play that game, no matter how much they mean to you, no matter how deep the connection, none of it. There is this beautiful awakening happening, and this is about balance. This is about equality in a partnership, give and take, and how no matter how much we love somebody, how much they mean to us, how lonely we feel without them, if energies aren't aligned, it is not worth the experience. It's chaos, it's friction, and there's a big revelation taking place inside of you about that. And it brings healing, it brings clarity, it brings balance to you. These eclipses are quite powerful. Take the lead. So this ties into this message here where it's no longer about pleasing somebody else regardless of the connection. And this feels like this expands beyond just spiritual flame connections and unions. This feels even touching into other relationships in your life. It's like you always put yourself in the back seat. You put the needs of others ahead of yours. And this activation happening in the sacral through these eclipses, it's making you value yourself more, see yourself in a different light, realizing what you bring to the table, and no longer putting up with certain things just because I love you, just because of our history. Like, you're done with that. Especially those of you who are in separation, you already know the feeling of life without them, the feeling of that loss. And you're getting to the point where, you know what, I would rather cry and mourn the loss of this love than be in a relationship that feels empty, where I'm overlooked. Things are not equal. Okay, somebody can't make up their mind. They're back and forth. They're wishy-washy. Now, I personally feel a true spiritual flame love is spirit love. It's spiritually based, and therefore it's not about a bunch of trauma and drama and conflict within the relationship. Okay, that's a whole different vibe to me. And it's not to say that with your spiritual flame you'll never have challenges or conflict, because through the chaos is how we transform, change, and grow. It's just, it's not that flaky back and forth. I've got to sit here and wait by the phone for you to call. I've got to forever be lonely waiting on you. It's not about that. Okay. And some of you are waking up to connections you're involved with, and that's the energy, and you're like, you know what, that ain't it. That ain't not it for me, because you're evolving, you are changing. These eclipses are bringing forth great truth into your life. Adversity. I accept the challenges. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. Yeah, see, we just said that, right? You do, but I know it's really hard to distinguish sometimes between a true spiritual flame connection and just somebody who is in your life to teach you and grow you and expand you and shape you for that union. And I'm telling you, something about these eclipses is making that very apparent to you. You now realizing the difference between a true spiritual flame, spiritual love-based relationship, opposed to soulmates, karmics that are teaching you, growing you, and shaping you for that union. Okay, you're realizing the difference. And something that is nothing but high pleasure or high pain, that is not your spiritual flame. And that's when it's good, it's out of this world, over the rainbow, knock your socks off, good. And when it's bad, it's like you don't even want to get out of bed type of bad. Okay, that is not a spiritual flame love. That is a soulmate teaching you. That is a karmic balancing out your energy. It's one of the two. And you're realizing the difference between the two. And it's hard because the connection to the soulmate, the connection to the karmic feels very intense, very deep. And it needs to be, so you can receive that lesson that is imperative to align you to this union with your true spiritual flame. The partner that will walk with you, that loves you, supports you, but keeps you balanced, okay? Will call you out when you're getting out of control, but also respects you, admires you, cares about your happiness, doesn't want to hurt you, okay? Somebody who truly loves you and is connected to you, they don't want to hurt you by being flaky, by lying, by playing games, by walking away and then coming back in. That is not love, okay? That's codependency and attachment. And this spiritual flame that you are meant to be with would never do you like that. Now, again, it's not to say there won't be challenges or confusion at times, but it's not the basis and the foundation of the connection where it's constantly up and down, back and forth. That's not your spiritual flame. That's a teaching soulmate or a karmic, okay? And these eclipses are really bringing that to light for you, seeing the difference, understanding the difference, and also knowing your worth and your value and not being afraid to put yourself first sometimes. All right, let's pull some more cards. And you know, you shouldn't always have to be the one. Okay, Spirit's saying that you should not always have to be the one to make the move, to swallow your pride, to accept bad behavior. You don't. That is not love. Something that it causes you to self-sacrifice to that degree is not love. It's a learning experience. Right, attraction. You are now attracting the ideal partner as you stay in the moment and have faith. Yeah, see, you're learning the difference truly. And in that space, it just changes the way that you receive people. Not just, you know, romantically, but all relationships in general. This is a big, big upgrade for you guys. Divine timing. Be patient for your lasting love that is being created for you in the higher realms. Pleasure. Oh my gosh, you got this pleasure card twice now. You will have a good time together, but it may not last for long. Oh my gosh. See, Spirit is coming in strong with that message. And caution, don't get involved with this person too deeply, as they are not who they seem to be. So look at this. Spiritual flame energy right here. Teaching soulmate or karmic right here. And it's the learning the difference between the two. And some of you have confused a teaching soulmate or a karmic with a spiritual flame love. And through these eclipses, that's part of the truth. The deep revelation is you're realizing, hey, that ain't it. That is not it. But instead of it being painful and tragic, it's liberating, because you're realizing I don't have to be hurting like this. I don't have to be attached to this person who can't get it together. This was just a lesson for me, a preparation for where I do belong. It's so liberating and freeing for you. And it's like the deepest pleasure is like a telltale sign. All right, the one is it's not an extreme, okay? It doesn't mean it's not pleasurable, it's not beautiful and all those things, but there's no extreme to it. It's very balanced, it's whole, okay? It's where you guys are interdependent. It's not based on attachment or need. It's based on a desire to join energies and experience life together. If anything, what I feel, I thought this reading was going to be about messages for spiritual flames, like this is what's coming up, but this is really a message of you realizing who is your one and who isn't your one. Right, look at this, the Magician. Yes, magic in attracting who you truly, truly belong with. Divine timing, 9 of Cups. This is a great wish fulfillment, okay? Who you belong with, even if you have yet to meet that person, you're gonna be very happy, okay? Queen of Cups with this pleasure, and the Knight of Swords with caution. Okay, so we have 2 court cards coming out when we're talking about the teaching soulmate or the karmic over here. And what this tells me is this person really gets your emotions stirred up. They please your heart, your body, your mind, your soul in deep, deep, deep ways, okay? The connection feels so intense. However, it's like this person is flaky, flighty. They turn the switch off as quickly as they turn it on. And that's how you know it's not real. And, you know, in relationships, there are times where things feel intense and people get a little spooked and pull their energy back, right? Or sometimes we just have such a bad disagreement, we separate and part ways for a moment, right? That is different energy than constant back and forth, constant flakiness in and out, third-party situations. I can't make up my mind. One day I treat you like a queen, king. Next day I treat you like the scum on the bottom of my shoe. That ain't it. That is not it. And you're starting to see that. And these eclipses are going to bring forth revelations and truths about certain people. And you're going to just see the light. And instead of being sad, you feel liberated and freed, like, wow, divine intervention. Wow, I dodged a bullet. Wow, I can't believe I thought that was the person I belonged with. Because what's there for you is a magical, natural connection where it's equal, okay? And it's all about divine timing when you are ready for it vibrationally, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And the Nine of Cups attached to that, the real thing, is emotionally fulfilling, where you don't feel as though you have to tell the other person how they should be treating you and what's right and what's wrong to do. They just know. They've evolved as you have evolved. They have been grown and shaped just as you have been grown and shaped. Let's pull some more cards. Okay, we have Yang, productivity, expression, doing, and forward motion. So masculine energy. House 6, establishing a foundation, health, daily life, and practical details. Earth, persistence, patience, and practicality. And North Node, destined to have. Okay, so the masculine energy coming through, that is the truth, the enlightenment, the awakening. You've got the sun here, all right, where you are coming into understanding in the 6th house, paired up with this earth. You have encountered, you know, at least one, I feel a couple, if not like, you know, 3 to 5 really intense relationships where you thought that was the one due to the intensity. You've been doing a lot of work in shaping and growing and disciplining yourself, whether you've consciously been aware of that or not. Why? Because leading you towards what you are destined to have, this beautiful spiritual flame love that is honest, true, supportive, solid. You can trust it. And it feels safe. There's no, you don't have to have your guard up. You don't have to hold back. You don't have to walk on eggshells, okay? Again, it's not to say you and this person will never have a challenge or a fight or an argument or a disagreement. You know, in fact, maybe some of you with the yang out here, it might be yin and yang, opposite energies, where you guys are opposite seemingly in every way, but you will share the same heart. And so you will have the same empathy and love towards each other, but having all those differences definitely creates some, you know, friction and chaos, which is good. That keeps things stimulating. That keeps things growing and thriving, all right? I'm talking about really intense negative experiences over and over. That's not going to exist in a spiritual flame union. Four of Pentacles, Four of Swords, Five of Wands, and oh, look at that, the Lovers on what you're destined to have. Yeah, okay, you've gone through it. You've gone through it in some relationships here. You absolutely have, okay? And it's all leading to the connection of where you belong spiritually, your spiritual marriage, which you are destined to have. You and this person saying before you ever incarnated, I will find you at this point on your journey and I will be this evolved and I will love you and we will walk together and we will grow and we will build and we will experience life as one heart with respect and honesty, because the foundation of any relationship has got to be respect and honesty. Truly, 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 that is the foundation of any relationship to thrive, where we have to have full honesty, full vulnerability at all times, okay? So that there can be nothing but trust and respect. Because when you don't have honesty, trust, and respect, everything falls apart. Those are very strong energies for a foundation, and you've been learning about that through various relationships, okay, as well as your spiritual flame learning the same thing. And you're going to heal from any wound that has been put inside of you from these karmics or soulmate teachers. You're going to heal. You absolutely are. These eclipses are helping you with that as well, you know. And some of you, this could be where, you know, you haven't had this crazy chaotic interaction with this person. It's just like maybe the timing was off, and through these eclipses they have deep revelation about you, or you have deep revelation about them, and you're able to come back in union. Okay, so let's pull some more cards. Release. You have the ability to give over unwanted energies to the loving forces of the universe. You absolutely do. Compassion. You demonstrate the language of the heart by actively sharing and living love, but that even includes you. You've got to love you as much as you love anybody else. Past. Through the power of love, you release any stagnant situations or energy in order to transform your heart space. Yes, it is time to let go of the past and see what the present wants to bring in, which you are destined to have. Detachment. You are releasing old patterns and ideas that no longer serve your highest ideals of love. Wow. I feel many of you thought somebody was the one, and there's been nothing but chaos and trauma, probably separated at this time. And through these eclipses, you're realizing, yeah, that ain't it. That ain't it. And your heart's opening to the one that you do belong to, the one that you do belong with, that you're destined to align to, right? It's just right now we've got to release the past. We've got to heal, and these eclipses are bringing everything you need to help with that process. Okay, so let's pull some more cards. So there's the artwork on the first card, and it says, when it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. Yes, whether it's the right one or not, a good relationship or a bad relationship, all of it is teaching you and growing you. Here's the artwork on the next message. And it says, life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. When we resist change, we resist the natural flow of life and create unnecessary stress. Go with the flow. You will be surprised where it leads. Wow. And the last message. Here's the artwork. Soulmate. Your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this, and they will manifest physically. Wow. So you and the one that you truly belong with, your souls are already in communication. You guys meet on the astral, okay? Those of you in separation, not from hairy situations, but like I said, sometimes there's just some confusion and whatnot. Timing is off. Those of you in situations that are separated like that, there's a lot of revelation, okay? And you guys meet on the astral, and your energies are still very much connected. So let's pull a few heart and soul messages from your spiritual flame. Okay, so we have an unknown. I'm the reason it didn't work with anyone else. Wait until we meet. Oh my gosh. So okay, I'm going to pull multiple of these. You know, this is a general message, but yes, here it is. Some of you have yet to meet your spiritual flame. And they're saying that I'm the reason why it's not going to work out with any of these karmics or soulmate teachers. Because when you meet me, just wait and see how different life is, how different love is. This is an unknown. You see that? I'm trying to get it in the light. There you go. The unknown. I'm the reason it didn't work with anyone else. Wait until we meet. Oh, powerful. Heart message. I listen to your favorite songs when I'm really missing you. Okay, definitely. Here's a message for some who are in separation. They listen to your song when they miss you. They listen to your genre of music you prefer. Here's a soul message. I have a lot to work out karmically right now. Okay, so this would be for those of you in separation. They've got a lot of karmic work they've got to deal with. Maybe they need to deal with a couple of karmic relationships and soulmate teachers so that they can align to you properly. All right, here's another soul message. My perception is beginning to change. Give me time to grow. All right, and heart message. I wish I knew how to bridge the distance that has grown between us. Okay, so very clear message here. Some of you have yet to meet this spiritual flame. These eclipses are going to make you very aware of that, if that is the case for you. Okay, because there is your one on the horizon who is going to be coming in. Now, others of you, I do know that you are separated by timing. And again, it's not an abusive relationship in any way. It's just disconnected energies, bad timing, just weird circumstances that prevent this connection from moving forward at this time. Okay? This person does miss you. They think about you. They've got some karmic energy that they must work out. These eclipses are going to really help them realize themselves. With my perception is beginning to change. Give it some time. All right, so let's pull some final messages. I remove any illusion that hides the truth. The answers are before me. All right, so it's time for the illusion to fall away so you can see the truth. I choose to transform my life, resolving past issues with strength, courage, and willpower. Very good. And lastly, I open myself to new experiences and honor my body with love and respect. What beautiful messages to wrap this reading up and correspond so perfectly from the message that Spirit has given us about the spiritual flame love and union and what these eclipses are doing. It's a big period of awakening. Okay, the truth of where we really belong, who we really belong with. And for those of you who have been thinking it's the wrong person, you're going to become aware of that, and you're going to be rid of that and grateful, because there is such a beautiful union on the horizon for you. And then again, those of you where we are in separation, you will know if that pertains to you. They're working on themselves just as you are, and these eclipses are quite powerful for them. So those are your messages. I am sending you lots of love and light. Take care.